always been the number one roster in sprint car racing. And at the beginning of the year, I kind of proposed a idea. I was like, is the Outlaw roster in 2023, mind you, the 1B Series Championship to win? Because as Ric Flair says, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And in most people's minds, the man is Kyle Larson of the dirt sprint car racing world. That's where he's from. That's technically, you can call him a NASCAR driver, whatever kind of driver you want. Kyle Larson's a sprint car driver. Whatever he goes and does and all these other things, he's a sprint car driver. And a lot of people consider him the greatest sprint car driver we have right now. So to be the man, you got to beat the man. And there was only one series championship that you could pursue to beat that man in. And that was this year in the High Limit Sprint Car Series Championship. And the man won. Kyle Larson won. Now, you could have won the World of Outlaw Championship, but you're not beating Kyle Larson. And he is the man of the industry. So it's a really... And even though that's a stretch, because it would be hard for Kyle to win the World of Outlaw Series Championship, but in people's minds, it's a locked-done deal. If Kyle Larson committed to the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series Championship this year, next year, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 16 years ago, he was going to win the damn World of Outlaw Series Sprint Car Championship in their mind. But this year, he actually had the opportunity to run for a championship, even though it was midweek and 12 races. Drivers and people had the opportunity to be the man. Go beat the man. And he ended up winning the High Limit Series Championship. And the other man, the next closest thing, I mean, I would say to a Kinzer or something like that, that we got, is Brad Sweet. 5 times World of Outlaw. He won the World of Outlaw Series Championship this year. And now, the next closest thing to be the man, you got to beat the man. To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. It's Brad Sweet. And now he's gone. Guys, he's gone from the Outlaws. So, even in that exaggerated plausibility, and in some people's minds, the truth that the High Limit Sprint Car Series Championship this year was the 1A championship, because when you added Kyle Larson to the full-time roster, you're beating, in some people's minds, the best sprint car driver that we have. And now the second option to that in Brad Sweet has left and has joined High Limit. So I would say in this scenario that this could potentially be the last true Outlaw champion. Because whoever wins the championship next year, they aren't beating the greatest sprint car driver in the world, known as Kyle Larson. And they're not even beating the defending champion, who is a 5-time champion who just took their $350,000 and put it in his own damn series purse for next year. And left them with a vacant title. It's just like right now, if somebody goes into the UFC and wins the heavyweight championship of the world, and they didn't beat Francis Ngannou to take it, are you considering them a better fighter than Francis Ngannou? Or are you going to put an asterisk on that title belt? So, I don't think, or I would, I mean honestly here, the champion for the World of Outlaws next year comes with an asterisk. And potentially forever now. Potentially forever. Because this could have just, the landscape's changed. But regardless, next year, your World of Outlaws roster, you're the champion. You didn't beat the greatest sprint car driver in most people's minds, Kyle Larson. You didn't even beat the previous champion. So you can't call yourself the man because you ain't beating him. You can't call yourself the champ. You didn't beat him. You got to go take the vacant title that was left behind by the guy who's over here taking the championship money and going to create his own series with. So you're not the man. And honestly, if I'm Brad and these guys, I'm playing on that. I'm playing on that to get guys to lead the. Why would you go waste another year running the Outlaws? You could win the championship and people are still going to look at you as maybe third tier now. At least Brad this year looked like, to these psychotic Larsonites, he looked second tier as far as best sprint car driver in the country to Larson. But now that Brad's over there, you're third tier. You're winning a vacant belt. It don't look good. It don't look good for the Outlaw Champion next year. And then the rosters are pretty comparable, man. I hate to say it. You lose Sweet. That's your 5-time and defending champion. And there's the everybody keeps saying USA and NST. Let me show you a damn picture. And the Outlaws, Sammy and Steve left. Let me show you this. This is Mike Tyson. Okay? This is Mike Tyson. That's a cell phone, right? Right there taking a picture. This is a real image from the 1995 Mike Tyson during a fight between Mike Tyson and Peter McNally. Now, the first smartphone ever created was 2001. This picture was in 1995. So, time traveling is real, that's for one. Quantum physics is what makes my hair look the way it is right now. And I don't know why I feel like this phone, but I've been predicting 5 years ahead for a long damn time right now. But what I'm trying to tell you is you people referencing USA and NST and Sammys and Steve Kinzers, you are just like this photo. You are in the fucking past, buddy. Cell phones ain't even around in your world. Media does not influence things newly every 2 or 3 weeks. You people comparing NST or USA to this scenario right now, you are this picture. You are in the past. You still think Mike Tyson's the baddest man on the planet, even though it's 30 years later. Everybody else is this guy holding the phone. I'm this guy holding the phone. I'm trying to tell you, the future is here now. It has changed. Times are no longer the same as NST. The brand is just as relevant as this guy's forehead and hairline back here. The brand of the World of Outlaws does not compare to the brand of the World Wrestling Entertainment, the Warner Brothers, the entities that you are going up against, the UFCs, the Nutter Butter is a bigger brand than the fucking World of Outlaws. I'm sorry, guys. More people believe in aliens and ghosts than of sprint cars to begin with. I just don't know how we're sitting here talking about brands are so important when you got 385,000 likes on your Facebook page, man. I just don't understand it. I can look up anything in the world. God, Doug the Pug, look at this. This is a brand. Let me show you what a brand looks like, okay? 5.7 million. Doug the Pug. This is a brand. Okay? A damn dog. What is this? With doggy products on NotAnIPup.com, this is a fucking brand. It's 20 times bigger of a brand than you. And you're talking about brands. Brands can be created overnight in today's society and destroyed overnight in today's society. So think about that.
But this is how we ride. This is how we do.